For my French help. Okay, so at this whole year we've been talking about other living things besides ourselves. And even if we started to talk about ourselves, I kind of veered you away from talking about yourselves, and we just focused on all of the other living things in this world. Well, this week we're going to talk about ourselves. Aren't you excited about it?
We can be self-centered.
We can be self-centered. Yes, we are going to be self-centered. So I want you to think back to the things that we've learned about. And I want you to think, without mentioning how, just want you to brainstorm things that we've already talked about in class that humans have an impact on.
The food chain.
Okay, so food chain, that's an easy one, good one.
Adaptation.
Okay. Good, keep going. Could you be more specific? And you're going to hear me say that about 100 times today, so just get ready. Okay, like Charles Darwin came up with that, but I'm saying like things that we do now have an impact on topics that we studied in class. So could you make a link of things that we're doing now has an impact on the theory of evolution? That might be hard.
We cut down forests.
We do that. What is that affecting, other than the food chain?
I forgot. I know what it is. I just forgot.
Okay, I want to jog your memory a little bit more. Let's think back to other things we talked about. We talked about in the very beginning, we talked about cells. Then after that, we talked about mitosis and meiosis. Then after that, we talked about cellular respiration and photosynthesis. After that, we talked about DNA, protein synthesis. Do we have an impact on any of those things?
The carbon cycle.
The carbon cycle, good one. Absolutely, we have an impact on that. Any other cycles we have an impact on?
Nitrogen.
Uh-huh. For sure. Any other one? What's the other one we did? We do have an impact on the water cycle. That is the truth. Okay. Anything else? There's lots more.
It's the secondary cell.
Secondary. Help Javier out. He says we have an impact on secondary succession. We absolutely do. First of all, we cause it. So, very good. Good. Keep going. This is the best list all day. So keep going. You never really know. What else? What about DNA that we have an effect on? Ooh, it's hard.
We mess around.
We do. What else do we do? We talked about some external sources of mutations, right? We talked about, right at the very end, we talked about some mutations. Mutation rate can increase by heat or radioactive, I have to struggle with that word, radioactive materials.
Did we ever do cloning?
Toxins. We didn't talk specifically about cloning. And I don't know that that's going to fit right here, but we may be able to get to that some way else. Any other, what about photosynthesis? Do we have an impact on that at all?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. And that might be a little bit of a stretch.
Can we do like the primary succession because of level 1?
Yeah, you could do both. Primary and secondary succession. Javier's thinking big time. I like it. I am going to put natural selection up here because I think we do that. I'm also going to put artificial selection. Do we remember what that means?
It's where humans pick what they want.
Right. So there, we're definitely having an impact. We talked about some farming times that we decide what kind of corn is the best and some breeding for animals. Okay, very good. So this was just to jog our memory. Later, you are not limited to this list. Okay? You are not limited to this list. But what we're going to do throughout the whole week, this week, is we are going to choose some type of human impact, and then we are going to link it to how it affects living things. Okay? And you are going to kind of make your way to that through today. By the end of the hour, I want you to kind of have something in mind, and then we're going to refine it tomorrow. So we're going to choose a human impact, and we're going to discuss how that human impact, whatever we're doing, how it affects the other living things. Okay? But we're going to watch 2 videos to kind of get us just kind of thinking about a couple more things that maybe we haven't talked about just yet.